what is the best solution for putting stuff on your drywall? In this video, we have easy anchors, Ooks, we have the 3M Claw, driller togglers, we have half-inch drywall, 300 pounds of plate weight. To test the capabilities of these drywall anchors, although it says clearly on the front of the package it holds 110 pounds or 205 pounds, there's always a little asterisk, a caveat that you need to look out for before you pick any of these up. We're gonna put them all to the test right after this message from our sponsor, VCG Construction. Want to help out with the channel? Head on over to the merch store. You get hats, hoodies, t-shirts. Link will be in the description below. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Vince, and if this is your first time here, welcome to you especially. In today's video, we want to help you make a better informed decision. How easy is it to install these wall anchor solutions? How much of their capacity or claimed capacity can they actually hold? Also, how well do they remove from your walls? And how easy would it be to patch your walls after using them? We have 300 pounds worth of plate weight to fully test the capabilities of all these anchors. Spoiler alert though, the highest rated anchor I believe here is 270 pounds or 205. I don't know that we're going to get to that max weight or use all 300, but you might be surprised. A lot of times manufacturers will under-promise and over-deliver with their claims. Let's see if any of these brands have done that. Every one of the hangers that we have for you today, you could find easily at Home Depot, or you could go down. There's a little basket for YouTube shopping. You could buy them right here on YouTube. Be aware that if you do buy them here, we would get a sweet small little portion of the sale. It helps to make these videos. First we're gonna put to the test is the Monkey Hook. It's a flush mount, 25-pound picture hanger. It says for drywall, no tools, no studs, except for me, with easy instructions on the back. It says determine the location where the bottom of the hook will be. Insert hook a 1/4 inch higher. Grip hook as shown in A. Firmly push hook while twisting back and forth until tip penetrates wall completely. That's in B, I suppose. Rotate hook and push completely through hole until it locks flush against wall. Hang up to 25 pounds. It says load ratings are guidance only and depend on several variables, including drywall thickness, condition, and installation angle. Proper installation required. Warranty. The sale of this product is as is and without any express warranties. So use the Monkey Hook at your own risk. What I read in the instructions is wherever you want this portion of the hook to sit, poke your hole a 1/4 inch higher, and that's where this will land. So let's just test that out. Let's just say for some reason, we'd want to be here with our Monkey Hook. Where that lands, we're going to want to go up a 1/4 inch higher. So we'd want to push in right here. X marks the spot. It says to twist, poke through. It's on there. A little high, but pretty close. And pretty close counts when you're hanging pictures, doesn't it? Now let's see if it'll hold that 25 pounds. We're gonna start with 15 pounds because quite frankly, that don't look like much to hold 25 pounds. The moment of truth. The anchor did pull down to exactly where our line was. See if we can add the additional 10 pounds. So we have a 10, 2 5s, and then 2 2.5s, 25 pounds. Wow. Impressive. If you have something 25 pounds that you need to hang, here's the deal. comes out of the wall, and then you have this very little hole to patch or fill. No tools required. I actually like this a lot. But let's see what else we have. Next up, we have Easy Anchor's drywall anchor. It's a spiral screw anchor. I'm pretty fond of these things. Actually, it does have a single caveat that could make it a little nuanced for homeowners, DIYers that are using this for decorating purposes. No power tools required, although it could make it easier. These are the instructions. It says, using a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, which is pretty funny. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Press center of anchor tips slightly into drywall while outer cutting edges are touching wall surface. Applying pressure. Turn anchor until flush with drywall. Insert screw through item to be hung and turn into anchor. An audible click will let you know when the screw is halfway in and indicates that the anchor is secure. This also has a limited warranty that's as is. Also, it says weight shown on packages for items hung flush to wall and will be less for those hung out from the wall, like shelving. Weight on the package reflects maximum project load in 1/2-inch drywall. And that's exactly what we have here. Let's get started with this. There's not much guessing where the anchor will fall. Where you put it into the drywall is where the anchor will be. You can see number 2 Phillips fits pretty good in here. All right, so we're going to first push in, and then we're going to start to turn as we push to set the anchor. Now we're flush. Now, if you were hanging a shelf or something of that nature, you would put this through the shelf or the angle or whatever it would be. We're not doing that here. So we're just going to take our fastener, we're going to drive it into the anchor itself until we hear a click. There it was. We're going to leave it a little proud, not too much. This way we can hang our weights on there to test its 50-pound maximum capacity. I'm not only impressed that that Easy Anchor can hold 50 pounds, I'm pretty impressed that this 1/2-inch drywall, and it's almost in the middle of this 16-inch stud spacing, this center spot's actually holding pretty doggone well. Next up, triple grips, Cobras. They're rated for 61 pounds in 1/2-inch drywall. Now, this one's a little bit different in that you're going to need some tools. It requires a 3/8-inch drill bit, and that means that you're going to need a drill. You're going to pick your spot. You're going to drill a hole, 3/8 inch. Then you're going to place your anchor in there. You're going to need a cheap, inexpensive hammer. You're going to tap. Like, it doesn't say it on the package, but I know that we can install this without having that happen. Let me show you what that looks like. You're going to drill your 3/8 inch hole. Take your anchor. You're going to insert it, but you're going to make sure that these wings are fully inserted. They're got to be already in. And then you're gonna push in. Do you see the difference in what I did there? It would be easy to make that mistake. I'm just trying to save you the headache later on. This is a big hole to patch now. We weren't even able to hang anything from that. Now we're going to install our screw. course, we have to leave our screw proud enough so that we can hang our weight. 61 total pounds, they're saying, can be hung. I think I want to start with 50 pounds first. That's 50 pounds. To give this anchor its best chance of holding the 61 pounds, I feel like you'd have to use it in conjunction with a hook so that we can tighten down this screw enough that it will pull in the wings at the back. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so what we'd have to do is take this screw, pass it through the hook, then put this into the molly bolt or whatever we want to call it. I mean, that's pretty doggone tight. There's no mathematical way with this plate weight to get us to exactly 61 pounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to 60 pounds first, then we'll go to 62 and a half. Oh, God. So we're at 60 pounds. Will it do 62 and a half? Nah, so it's done it. Let's take a look on the back side and see what it looks like as far as the toggle. That's holding pretty good. The caveat is we need an additional hook to use with this anchor. I'm gonna have to include this in the test at this point. This picture hanging kit is from a company called Hilman, and you can see this hook itself has a 100-pound hanging capacity. Now here's the big difference with using this with this anchor to what it's intended to be used with. Let me show you. You can see how the nail goes into the anchor. Okay, so all we're gonna do is we'll put our hook on the wall. We're gonna put our nail. We're just gonna tap it in. That's it, right? We're gonna put 3 of them. Hilman claims 100 pounds with these 3 nails on this anchor. Let's see what he'll do. I think we go 62 and a half first. Oh. So it's holding 62 pounds. There's no caveat to this. I'm not seeing it anywhere where it says it needs to be in wad. Look at the size of those holes compared to what's going to be left from this fastener. I feel like we give it one more shot at 100 pounds. Okay. So we have 3 new nails. We're gonna bump this up to 100 pounds. I might need a little help. Tell me when you're ready. So if you're planning on hanging 100 pounds, probably shouldn't do it in 1/2-inch drywall with the Hilman, using the 3 nail system, especially if you're like hanging it above terrazzo or a nice floor. Next up, we got Everbilts for use in hollow walls or doors. This is their number 6. It's got a 85-pound rating in 1/2-inch drywall. This is going to require a couple of tools to install. I'm going to push it in. Nice and tight. Now, we're going to have to tighten this one down. And then we'd have to back out a hair. Now, once again, this style fastener would probably work better with a hook. Ready? Yeah. So the Everbilts required an additional step with pre-drilling, but we didn't require an extra hook to make it work. And that thing's like rock solid right now. Next up, we got the driller toggle from Cobra. They're rated for 110 pounds in 1/2-inch drywall. This is 4 pieces, 1/4 inch by 3-inch fastener. Thing looks really formidable. It says, notice, do not use an insulated drywall. Cobra cannot be held responsible for any failure due to improper installation. It says instructions, literally screw in. That's it, that's pretty much it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, you have to peel this back? Let's take a look inside here. So we need a minimum of 2 3/8 inch from the substrate to the back of the cavity, all right? It says 2 inches minimum so that the toggle can spin. Step 1, we're gonna drill it in. Step 2, we're gonna continue to drill it in. Step 3, we're going to go from down here to up there. I don't know what that means. Step 4, I have no idea. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not really good. Oh, we're gonna put our screw in. That's what we're doing. We're gonna put the screw in. That's gonna set the toggle. It's gonna draw the toggle tight. Do not use a drill. And you use number 3, Phillips. We're gonna wanna make sure these things are set correctly first. You pierce the wall with this where you want it to go. And then this toggles anyway, so it doesn't go in, it doesn't necessarily go in straight. It just doesn't go in straight. Okay, we're gonna come in like right here. We're gonna make sure that we have number 3 Phillips. If you don't use the correct size driver, number 3 Phillips, you're gonna run the risk of stripping out this plastic and not being able to drive this fastener, okay? Make sure you're using the right size. Okay, once you're through, you're gonna set your plastic, then you're gonna put your screw in. You're gonna push it through until it engages the toggle. Okay, it should draw that toggle in tight and tighten up your driller to the wall. Now, once again, in my opinion, this is one of those instances where you're going to need a hook on this, because if we try to hang a wire or a chain on here, as we loosen this screw up, is that toggle going to push away from the wall? So we might need to have a hook employed here to hang the weight. I gotta be totally honest. I think that if this had the addition of a hook, I would venture to say we could probably far exceed that weight. Don't try this at home, kids. I'm what you might call a trained professional. We're at 125. We're well beyond the rating for the toggle, and the hook. I believe it's starting to bend because this chain link's not in the pocket. All right, here's the deal. Well beyond the rating for both of these. Says a lot. Next up, we got flip toggle. It's got a rating of 137 pounds in drywall. But before we get to that, we got the variable. We've got the 3M Claw Drywall Picture Hangers. Does 15, 25, and 45 pounds. It looks like all it uses, I don't know, like these little clips. Let's see if it will do it. First up, 15 pounds. £20 test on that fishing line. The anchor did good. 25 pounds. 3M got done. And it seems that there's one per pack of the 4 to 5 pounder. Here's the thing, these are pretty doggone easy to install. Impressive, most impressive. Here's my favorite part though. When you yank these out, you're only left with these little holes to fill. They're actually reusable. This is a big win. This is the pro's choice, according to Flip Toggle. Okay, it has a 137 pound rating in 1/2 inch drywall. Let's take a look at how these are installed. Here's the deal. You're gonna need a 1/2 inch drill bit to start. They definitely suggest using a hanger with this. You can see it, they have an angle attached. So we're gonna have to scavenge this hook over here to test this. Beautiful. So we're gonna flip it, and then we're gonna put it in the hole. Boom, now we're popped through. Now, what we're gonna do, this is important. We're gonna pull back until we're in the ballpark of tightness. Once you're in the ballpark of tightness, you're gonna snap it off because it's useless now. And you're gonna take your screw, you're gonna pop it in there. You're gonna take your number 3 screwdriver, it's right here. We gotta scavenge our hook. We wanted to show you the process, but now we need this paste. This here is a test, not only for the toggler, but for this, our beautiful little hanger here. It's been hanging in there all day. That's all it does. It just hangs in there all day. All right, okay. Lightweight, lightweight. How you hanging in there, baby? Oh my Lord. Wow. Wow. That's not even digging in. Now, most important, all of these weights are for wall, something that's going to pull down. These weights will not take into account if you're hanging from the ceiling. That would be shear or rip out strength. That's not what these tests are for. Those are a totally different set of capacities. If you wanted to see how much they could hold from up above, we could do that in a future video. We have saved the piece of resistance for last today. This is the Wall Driller Plus. This is the big boy from the line. This is a number 12. There's 4 pieces in here. This holds up to 205 pounds in 5/8 drywall. And that's not what we have here. We have 1/2 inch drywall. This Wall Driller Plus and 1/2 inch drywall, which is what you probably have in your home. I know you over there, you probably have 5/8. I know. But you and me, we got 1/2 inch. Here's the deal. In 1/2-inch drywall, number 12s hold 130 pounds. Less than the toggler. Another great thing about the Wall Driller Plus is that you can see here, they include that number 3 drill bit that you're going to need. It only requires a screwdriver. You can see here. Here's the thing though. Do they allow for more convenience? Like using a drill. All we're going to do, that's why I kind of love these wall drillers, because they're very convenient. Now, unlike the other systems, you know, we can back this screw out, change out the hook, do whatever we got to do. We're going to put our hook in here. You can see from the downward pressure at the top, we're getting some bulging of the drywall. And that's because there's a small leg on that driller it's popped out. It's holding on a very small area, and it's popping this drywall out. That's what you're going to get for the sake of convenience with this type of anchor. Contrary, with the toggler, it's not as convenient. You might only get one chance with it, but there was no bulging. It had no problem holding more weight. If the objective is to hold something very heavy in that weight range, 130 pounds, I'm not going with this driller. I'm going toggler. If you're hanging anything substantial, very substantial, you're going to be left with some type of drywall damage if you intend to remove these. My opinion, go with the one that's going to leave the least amount of damage. In a future video, we are going to go over how to make these repairs. So if you're a homeowner or DIYer, get subscribed and enable notifications, because when the decorating season is over, I'm sure you're going to want to repair these holes and damage. With that being said, if you're only hanging, 20, 30, even maybe 45 pounds, maybe you go with something like the Monkey Hook. You have a single hole that you need to repair. Okay, single hole. I mean, you literally can dab a little caulk in there. You'd be hard pressed to find that spot on a white wall. Now, if you have a colored wall, it's going to take more repair. It is what it is. But even these 3M hooks, you have 2 little holes, and they don't even go all the way through the wall. Very easy to repair with these. This is very convenient. I'd pretty much recommend the Monkey Hook or these 3M hooks all day long. What do you use during the holidays? Some people use those command hooks that use like Velcro or like sticky, what is that? Glue, sticky glue. Or command strips that use like some type of sticky glue that peels off. What do you think? We want to know. Leave it all below. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope to see you all on the next one.